Hey everybody, this is my pencil cactus again. I think I've shown it before on my channel, but let's see, I bought it in about 2014, I believe. I normally put it outside during the summer once the temperature starts to dip below maybe the 50s at night, 60s or 50s at nighttime. I bring it in. What I'm doing today is I'm trimming it because even though it's winter and doesn't get a lot of water, according to a lot of sources online, you don't need to even water these in the winter. I still do water it maybe every other week, but yeah, it just keeps growing through the winter. I do have a specific kind of way of cutting it in mind. What you see a lot of times is people just let it grow and it's just lanky and there's no real form to it. It's just wild and it hangs all over the place. A lot of times, even if it's 15 feet tall, people do not trim it back enough, so it ends up not being able to support itself, and people have to stake it or tie it to things to keep it upright. My goal with this, one of my goals, is to help promote a sturdier plant. The other thing that I want to kind of try to do with this is throw in some kind of some bonsai type rules. In nature, the main trunk gets very woody and it does start to look like a tree, with the foliage being green like this, these green stems with the tiny leaves on it. What I want to do is cut pieces that are growing too long for their own good, pieces that are crossing each other, and kind of promote a more stable plant overall. In a few months in the spring, I hope to take this out of its pot, look at the roots, and possibly cut back the roots in a kind of a bonsai fashion to promote radial roots. And being that this is a succulent that does not need a lot of water at all, I hope to put it in more of a soilless mix of rocks or perlite or vermiculite, stuff like that, and kind of promote a more bonsai type growth pattern or growth style. So what I'm going to do now is begin trimming it. So I can see right away that this portion over here is just sticking out too far, doing its own thing, and that's not something that I want. So I'm going to cut this back at least halfway probably. I like this forking right here, so I may cut it back to a leaf node if I can find one. I think it looks like there might be one here. I'm just gonna cut it back about halfway, like I said, right here. Okay, so when you do cut it, the sap, the white sap, can be poisonous. You want to be careful with that. You can see it's kind of dripping down right there. You don't want to touch that if you can help it. You definitely don't want to get into your eyes or anything. And then also with the cuttings from this, I'm going to try to propagate some of them. I've heard they're not too difficult to propagate from cuttings, so I'll see what comes from that. most of the branches aren't crossing each other so much anymore, or at least not touching each other anymore. I'm kind of trying to get it to grow in different directions away from itself. So it's not growing inward and getting bunched up. It's growing out away from the pots in different directions, and hopefully this will help thicken everything up. Thanks for watching. I'm going to let all of these spots that where I've cut, where the sap is coming out, heal over, and hopefully at least within the next few months I'll do another update on this to show how it handled the cutting, and hopefully the next cutting after that.